and welcome to the Spit Take Podcast. I'm your host, Adam, and with me, as always, is Stef and Alex. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
So we're excited to be back for another fun episode, and we're just going to kind of talk a little bit this time about what we're watching. And I know we kind of do a little segment of that towards the end, but today we're just going to kind of go. We've been watching a lot of stuff, so we're going to
watching a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
We've been imbibing a lot of media.
We've been catching up. There's been a whole thing. So, anyways, we want to start with anything else going on in your lives, guys, before we jump right into it.
The storms in Chicago have been crazy. We're supposed to get another one tomorrow.
Yeah.
I posted on my personal Instagram the aftermath of one of the storms. A tree. Actually, crazy story. I was driving home and I was parking and I was on the phone and I just had to get off the phone. I was supposed to take this one spot, but I circled my block one extra time and somebody else took it. So I parked 2 cars behind. Had I actually taken that spot, my car would be a pancake right now, because the tree from the storm last Tuesday actually crashed into the spot that I was supposed to be in. Yeah.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah. And I walked out because somebody in my Lakeview News group said, hey, the street is closed over here. And I saw the tree down, this giant tree, and I go, oh, shit, that's my street that I'm parked on. And it was like straight out of a movie. I'm walking with my keys slowly, like people are watching me because they knew I was looking for something. And these 2 women came and accompanied me. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. I'll tell you in a second. And I was like, I have a Jeep. And so they go, oh, your Jeep is fine. There was another Jeep behind mine. And I go, I don't see mine. And then I click the button. Literally inches. Missed me by inches.
Jeez.
Aren't you lucky?
What
Buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. What a time we're having in Chicago with the storms this year. I've mentioned to a lot of people. I've lived in my house for almost, I think, 9 years now, actually. Almost 9 years, whatever the case is. But this year was the first time we actually heard tornado sirens. First time.
We're supposed to get a lot tomorrow. Like tomorrow's supposed to be tornado city.
Yeah.
We've been through some watches and stuff, but like the actual warnings, we had never seen here before. So it's interesting. Whatever's going on with the weather this year.
We never have tornadoes in the actual city. So it's weird that I think one touchdown, the winds were definitely high enough to make it bad. But yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be a crazy one.
Yeah.
It's been windy as hell all day, which is actually kind of nice because I've had all the windows open and just airing it out because we had that week of just it being hot and the AC was running the whole time. Started to feel like the place was going to be like a foot. I had a friend over last week and I felt so embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God, I bet my place just smells like contained man fart, you know?
Yeah.
And dog fart.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens tomorrow because a lot of times, at least for us, they're like tornadoes are coming, but they never make it to us. The storms break up before they even get to us. And it's more hitting out west towards, Rockford is getting quite a few. McHenry's getting some, but by the time it gets to us, it's broken up. It's basically done. So we'll see what happens.
I think that has to do too with those areas are larger, I feel like, not vacant, but larger plains. And so it's like you don't have as many buildings. You don't have as much to like kind of head it off. Whereas like our like Mundelein, right? Like we always talk, we're like, man, tornadoes never hit here. They always skip us. And I think, I don't know what it is, but it's just like that little pocket. Maybe it's a divot and the tornado just goes boop, boop.
Well, I looked up the recorded history of my town and seen how many tornadoes have touched down. It's been 6 in the actual recorded history of my town, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So I feel less concerned knowing that. And somebody was telling me up by us, we're kind of in a valley, which makes it much less likely that a tornado will drop in.
You know why?
Not impossible, but less likely.
You know why?
Why?
Because there's that boop, boop. That's what I'm going to call it. Just boop, boop.
Boop, boop. What the hell are you
boop,
talking
boop.
about?
What is a boop, boop?
The tornado, It just goes like it skips because you're in the valley. It goes boop boop, just skip you.
So it's just like jumping over. Okay. It's an
Is that a
interesting sound.
technical term?
That
Is
is
this your
that's
meteorology training coming back to you?
yep.
So
Yep, sure is.
You would have been a good weather girl, Steph.
Yeah, I would have been like tornadoes go boop boop.
tornadoes go boop. Tornado go boop boop.
As you can see to my left on the screen, we have mass devastation. And over here is okay because, as we all know, boop boop.
Yeah, boop boop. This is what we call it now. It went boop boop.
It's just boop boop. So it's okay.
Same sound the car makes when you lock it over and over again. Boop boop.
Yeah. Boop boop.
Yep. Yep.
That's such a satisfying sound, is when you lock your car and just like, yeah. I win. I defeated you, criminals.
I know it's locked now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just achieving mini goals. So speaking, as we were just walking right into weather, what do you guys, if you end up getting trapped at home, or what are you watching?
Well, I just finished The Boys, and I know you wanted to talk to me about that. I just finished it. I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I wish that they'd spent more of the last season with the characters that we actually, watch the show for, instead of setting up Vought Rising. But I mean, we're in a capitalist society right now. Everything is pushing towards the next money, the more money, the next money, the more money.
Yeah.
I liked that he did kill Homelander. Spoilers, in the Oval Office, just like in the comic book. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see the Deep get murdered in a good way.
Yeah, such a douchebag. He did so good in that part, though. You hated him. He did so good, and that's like where, as kind of I don't know if I would call him a villain. He was an asshole, but it's just
He's villain. He killed people.
Yeah, but as like some kind of little pathetic little bitch man, he did a good job making you feel that about him. So
yeah, they definitely leaned his character into the whole incel male toxic trend out there, and just made it a caricature of that.
Yeah, and I thought that the ending was good with killing Homelander and everything, but going into the next part of it, and this is going to be a spoiler heavy episode, so just everybody deal with it. Yeah,
they've had a few weeks.
That's how we keep listening.
Put it in the title: spoilers for The Boys.
That's right. But yeah, I thought the ending where Carl Urban was going to go release the virus and stuff, I was like, it felt very pointless. I don't know if you felt the same way. I felt it was kind of pointless. I know they just had to have a moment where he dies, but
yeah, you got to kill Butcher.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like the moment didn't feel authentic.
They created Homelander, and they did such a good job creating him as this ultimate bad guy. He is narcissistic. He is fucking crazy and super powerful. And then when you kill him, what is left but just like epilogue, but credits. So anything that's going to come after that. And I get that they had to kill Billy Butcher. His character had gone too far. Like if a character has become too evil throughout the course of their arc, you can't let him live, or else you've created a new villain.
Right. And Homelander and Butcher were always two sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, I did enjoy the allegory metaphor, whatever it was, of his dog dying. And, that was the death of his innocence, right?
Yeah.
That was it. That was the last thing that kept him a good man. And they make a very, very strong point to point that out. And like, the dog dies, he grabs the virus and decides to leave and go do what he's going to do. That was the last bit of humanity he had.
Yes, it was his last tether to society. Everything else is just, yeah. But I mean, I'll watch Vought Rising. Jensen Ackles is great. I'll support him and see what he's doing. And we'll see. I wish they had gone a little bit more. The kids from V, was it Generation V or
Gen V?
Gen V.
Yeah.
I thought that was, the first season was kind of lame, but the second season was pretty good, and they built those characters up and then didn't even really use them.
No, that's what I heard. I didn't finish. I got halfway through season 2 of Gen V, not because it was bad, just because there were other shows on that I wanted to watch. Um, I know it happened. I will finish it. I do want to see Vought Rising. I think that during season 5, Soldier Boy being put back in the capsule and that never really being resolved. I know Vought Rising is going to be more of a, time jump back. They're going to
Hmm.
be doing a lot more of that. I don't know if it's going to have to do with him being released from there, telling a story. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's a pretty big hole they left open with him still being alive and on ice. Because if he ever gets out of there, it's going to start a whole. I feel like they left it open intentionally so that they could revisit the property for other shows.
They're always searching for more money.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, they pulled the Spaceballs too.
The search for more money. They changed the title of it now. It's
Yeah.
not going
What?
to be the search for more money. It's like the next one or something.
Yeah, I saw that they changed the title, and I thought that was fun. And I watched the announcement when Mel Brooks said that,
Hmm.
and I don't remember everything he said, but I remember laughing at it. Like the guy can still like tell some good jokes. Almost
He's
100 years
brilliant.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, that was a lot of people were hating on The Boys, the ending. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be.
Never is.
No, I thought it
Internet
was.
always makes shit so much worse than it is. Like you've
Yeah.
got just I'll see shit on threads because I'm not on Twitter or anything, but I'll see it on threads. And people are like, "Oh, this is the biggest travesty in human nature." And like, wait, what happened? Oh, they killed off a character I liked on my TV show. Like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Fucking
I was sad about Frenchie.
yeah, I liked him. I liked all the characters for the most part, outside of Starlight getting the surgery that made her look a little bit unrecognizable. And same thing with Mother's Milk. The last 2 seasons,
Yeah,
he I don't know what it was, but he became more emaciated and his face just didn't look the
he,
same. I mean, I don't want to talk shit about
yes.
people's appearances, but at the same time, it's like you get used to a character and then when they switch it and never mention it.
When they're noticeably different, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's
Like just give me
very
an offline.
yeah. Give me something.
Starlight, she got punched in the face really hard by Homelander in season 4, and so she had to have a nose job. Okay, cool. I believe you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think for her, I saw something that it was medically necessary. Like it wasn't supposedly. I didn't read the whole thing, but like I saw something that it had to do with something that she had or has or something, and she had to get something reconstructed. I don't know, but
Okay.
you know, but yeah, I mean, it's always strange, and when you see somebody and they're just their appearance changes drastically, and you're like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, not in a bad way, just like I want to know the story of like how you look like a different person 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know,
funny. I went to the Cubs game last night, and it was a great game. Pete Crow hit for the cycle. Everybody got really excited about that. They won. They came back. It was really fun. And afterwards, my buddy was in town from Portland. We walked down to a bar that I used to work at, had a couple, 2, 3 sodas, and it was just so funny to see people randomly walking by that I used to know, but they just look old now. Because then I'm like, oh Jesus, I was here 10 years ago. Like 10 years. I feel like I haven't changed a whole lot in how I look. But my God, some people just age like a fine 2%. You
yes,
know?
yep, yeah. It is interesting when I see people I knew in like high school, and I'm like, who is that person? I'm like, I don't even recognize that person, but that was 20 years ago. So
Mm-hmm. Steffi, what are you watching?
So actually, I want to reference back to when we had Leslie on here. I started Summer House.
Oh,
I'm on season 2 right now, and I'm just waiting until the end, but she was talking about that drama. So I'm still learning everybody. So I don't have much to report on that because I'm about 10 years behind.
sure.
Um, but what I did get into last night, I've talked about it on here. I don't know if you guys saw that documentary, The Crash.
You're not the first person who's told me about it. I keep hearing people talking about it.
Okay.
yeah,
So it's insane. It's about an 18-year-old girl. They're in Ohio. She's got this boyfriend. They like move in together right after graduation. I mean, she's trash. And anyway, fast forward, it kind of like dives into the whole like toxicity, but she ends up crashing her car into this building and killing her boyfriend that's in the car and their friend that was in the back seat. And she's in jail. She's serving 2 consecutive sentences, 15-year sentences for murder. I can't remember what it was.
Like
Manslaughter. I can't remember.
manslaughter. Manslaughter is
Something.
unintentional, I believe.
I think they said it was intentional. They came up
So
with
you
that.
only got 15 years for intentional murder?
2 consecutive 15 years
Jeez.
with parole, with the option for parole, which she's not going to get. I can't remember exactly what it is. And I'm fucking this up and everybody's going to come at me. But anyway, so like all this stuff is going on. Her parents are just insane and she's getting fame from it, right? Like her whole thing, there's no remorse. There's nothing there, but she's getting famous from it and she's enjoying it. Like she's not mourning the fact that her boyfriend died or her friend died. She's like, "Oh, they saw," or she's like, "I wonder if Kim Kardashian wants to talk with me now that I'm in prison." Like all this stuff, right? So anyway, so I'm on Instagram last night and I go through this rabbit hole and this woman does this. I mean, it was quite a series. And I'm into demonology and spiritualism and all that. And she brings up some really interesting facts. And you guys are probably going to roll your eyes when I go into this. But she brings up there is a crossroads ritual with Hecate. And basically, what it is you have to sacrifice human lives and almost die yourself. Okay. And it's at a crossroads. It has to be a 3-point crossroads. Well, where this crash happened, like this girl should not have survived. I'm going to tell you this. She should not have survived. It happened with 3 points. There were 3 points of that where where it all crosses. So, and now all of a sudden she's getting this fame and everything. And it's nuts. And so it's like, did she do this ritual? And then she's showing different things, being like, well, look at the dad. He's overtaken by a mocking entity. And I guess what that is, it's kind of like a trickster, maybe. I don't know. It's like the entity mocks the pain of others or things around them. And the dad in one of his interviews has a t-shirt on that says boom. And she's like, that's something a mocking entity would do. Like they make light of it and they like with little subtle things. So I'm going into this. I think I sent it to you guys via Instagram. You should watch this whole thing. It's crazy. But then she's like, and then it's coming out that the mom and the daughter are talking in prison, like on the phone. They have this other language. It's called Carney. I didn't know Carnies have their own language, but it's a Gypsy Carney language. And they're speaking it because the daughter's basically coaching the mom on what to say. And they're deciphering it and everything. And then there's like some weird text messages that have come out between the daughter and the dad when she was when she was still at home, saying like, "Daddy, I need milk," at like weird hours. And the dad would be like, "Do you still need milk?" I don't know. Crazy shit. And they're trying to decode it all. And like they think that this was all some premeditated plan and it had something demonic to do in nature. But if you look at the pictures and you watch this Instagram, it's insane. It all makes sense. And so I got really into that for a long time, which was not smart because I had to go to sleep and I didn't.
You really got to cultivate what you watch right before you go to bed.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it called? A mocking?
I believe it's like a mocking entity.
Mocking entity. Also known
I've
as
heard
an
of trickster
asshole.
gods. I mean, Loki is a trickster god. They
Yeah.
exist in mythology.
There's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I would roll my eyes at that. I would, but fucking people are weird. Didn't you say they're from Oklahoma?
They're from Ohio.
Ohio. Okay, well, I don't know much about Ohioans. If it was Oklahoma, I have my theories.
They're gypsy. They're like
Romany is, I believe, what that's supposed to be these days.
Yeah.
Because they're transient people, and they definitely had their own language.
Yeah.
A lot of shorthand that chopped into different things.
It's like Pig Latin. They add the Z's at the end, and they chop it up. And like the dad even says, he's like, "I don't understand it, but my wife and my daughter speak it a lot when they don't want me to know what they're talking about."
Speaking in tongues. Yep. That's one of the signs.
It's up there.
So it's definitely one of them. When you hear it, you're like, huh, okay.
A mocker?
A mocker?
I don't know what it. I'm looking. You have to. You have to
Sure.
It's also the
watch.
worst kind of turtleneck.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
agree.
Mock turtleneck.
watch that series I sent you guys. I think I sent you the second one, so start from the first. But it's like fascinating to watch how she comes up with all this. And she even says, she's like, "Hey, listen, these are my opinions. Take it for what it is. I'm a spiritual person, but here's what I'm seeing." And you can see like kind of like demons taking over them. It's actually pretty crazy.
Well, people have gone crazy since COVID. I don't know if demons are necessarily involved.
I
No.
mean, we talked about this. We all watched The House of Haunted Hill, right? The
Yeah,
Haunting of Hill
Yeah.
House.
Haunting of
Yeah.
Hill House.
House.
Yep,
The Haunting of
I've
Hill
seen
House.
the other one too.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually pretty good too.
Liam
Um,
Neeson.
yeah, yeah. It's all based on the same book from the 50s. But I thought one of the cool themes of that was that we create our own ghosts. Like that a lot of times these ghosts and these spirits and the things that we deal with are our own creations from our own minds and our own heads, and who we are tends to just kind of fall back on like, or what we are attacked by, like is our past. So maybe all the COVID, people have been weird and more demonic shit's going on since COVID. People kind of got fucked up. Like also the world sucks. Everything kind of sucks just a little bit more than it used to. And I think over
Mhm.
time, people just feel hopelessness about that. So they want to, instead of blaming politicians, which God knows they do anyway, they'll blame spirits. But it's really the spirits that we've created ourselves and allowed ourselves to fucking, you know, be taken by the demons of our own past.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was funny actually. You mentioning like the world kind of sucking now. I was joking around with some of the executives today. I was like, back in 2011, I used to work security, making $12 an hour. I was like, life was good. I could afford everything. I was doing great. And I was like, times are hard now. It's like it's not like that anymore. you
Yep.
know, it, yeah, it is hard, and you see a lot of people, and it's crazy. I've never even looked into it. I'm sure there is one. I'd love to see a study of how COVID affected things like mental health and crime rates and things like that, and just see like, you know, how did it look from 2010 to 2020, and how did it look from 2020 to now, and see like just where that change happens.
The shitty thing is, I'm sure those studies were probably bought and paid for and done and been buried because the powers that be right now don't want us to actually see the empirical evidence. I mean, the world is so much better in the land of the powerful if we are stupid and we don't actually see truth. All we have is the dark ages where it's all this information and none of it's
Yep.
verifiable.
Yeah. Well, and there was a huge part of it where, and they've said it without saying it, but a lot of people in the government were like, yeah, we fucked up then. They're like, we really made a big mistake. And Neil deGrasse Tyson put it best with the whole COVID thing. He's like, they did it wrong. The problem is they stated everything like it was fact. He's like, they didn't know, and they should have said, we don't know what this is. Take these precautions for now until we know more, and then we'll let you know. But they went, nope, it's lockdown. This will kill everybody. Da da da. And
Mm-hmm.
they went to extreme. And I was like, he's right. They caused a lot of distrust just because they stated all these things that were facts and then had to backtrack and say, oh no, we were actually wrong about all this. Like it was very, very interesting. I don't want to get into a whole
Yeah,
conspiracy
right.
government talk, but it
Suddenly
came up
all of our
naturally.
views go way up because we've moved into the conspiracy thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The podcast
We'll
is
do
changing.
Ancient Aliens, see if I can get my hair to be like that fucking dude in the History Channel.
I bet you could do it.
I
You could
bet you I
do it.
could. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a sassy little dude.
Well, what are you watching, Alex?
Man, I've been imbibing the shit out of TV because a lot of work I've been doing recently is like early in the morning. I'll get shit done and then I'm back and I don't want to go spend any money, so I'm just sitting here. Uh, just watched today actually. She's All That.
Ooh,
Quality
Oh,
1999 cinema right there.
love that movie.
nice.
It's a good
It's
one.
a good movie. A couple things. I forgot that Dule Hill was in it, and I fucking love him. He's brilliant. Uh,
Who's that?
Dule Hill is the best friend on Psych. He's the attaché man to the president in the West Wing. You
You're
recognize him
talking about
immediately.
shows I've never watched. So,
Okay, well,
He's been in a
he
lot of shows.
okay.
yeah. As soon as you see his face, you'll recognize him. And there was a couple that just like background actors. I was like, oh fuck, that's Milo Ventimiglia or whatever, in just a random no words scene. But it's fun because I watch that movie now and it's silly and cheesy, but the story structure is even 26, 27 years ago so different from movies that we watch now. They they have a lot of scenes that you can tell didn't need to be there, but they're good for like maybe one bit of character development and then they move on. Whereas nowadays, a lot of it is just exposition, where they will just say, oh, Starlight got hit in the face and move on, as opposed to in a scene in 27 years ago, they show you a little bit more. But it was great. Great soundtrack. I forgot that fucking Usher was the DJ. That's the thing that pisses me off about high school movies from the 90s. They always had these amazing like proms or the
Yeah.
DJ who like did the morning announcements, all cool and referenced friends and popular people.
I feel like they made the 90s look way cooler than it actually was. It was,
Not
listen, it was
that
a
cool.
good time. It was a good time, but it wasn't as great as people made it out to be.
Yeah. All the
But,
kids today, all the Gen Z that likes the 90s.
It's like when you watch watch a movie that takes place in the 50s and everybody's driving like muscle cars and stuff, and you look back and you're like, how many people in the 50s actually had those cars?
Sure.
You like,
yeah.
It looks like every teen has a car, and it's like this sweet car that looks awesome on screen. But how many people are like just riding their bikes?
Right.
So,
but also, I watched that today. But I have started The Sopranos. Never watched it. Never got into it. But it's always been like this Jupiter in my universe of shows that I've just never watched. It's always there. Same thing with like The Wire. And I started it today. We made it through 2 episodes. I'll keep watching it. It's fine. Occasionally there's boobs, which I appreciate. Tony's kind of a bit of a caricature, but I'm not sure if that's because I've just seen clips of him for the past 30 years,
Yeah. It's hard to say. I watched a couple of episodes of it. We were trying to find a new show to watch, and we started that one. I don't think my wife was paying attention too much to it. So, but it just ended up being something that we didn't really follow through on. But I enjoyed the first couple episodes. I thought it was good. I do want to go back and finish watching it. There's just been a lot of good TV lately.
Yeah. Well, people always put it up there in the pantheon of great shows with The Wire, with, Sopranos, Better Call Saul, Friday Night Lights, at least to me.
Yeah. The Wire, I watched probably the first half of the first season. I really liked it, but then I just kind of fell off and almost forgot about it. But I thought it was a good show, and I heard it gets better as it goes on because it's an anthology, I think. So it's
each season I think is a little bit of a different angle at the Baltimore drug scene,
different stories and everything. Yeah, it was good. I do want to go back and finish watching that one because from everything I've heard, it's just it's like the perfect show is what people have referred to it as. So, but yeah, I'm glad. Tell me how The Sopranos goes because I might just try to jump back into it too.
I'll keep you because I want a show to just put on. And I finished Mr. In Between, and I'm rewatching Game of Thrones for the 338th time. So it's like I need something a little bit new to me.
Right. I think it's hard when you have a show like The Sopranos or The Wire that was on, a while ago, and now you're trying to go and watch it like, whatever it was, 10 years later. Might be longer than that since The Sopranos ended.
That's way longer than that.
Really?
I think it was like 11. I think.
Was it?
Because I feel like it was right around the time I was in Second City because we were all doing bits about it.
Yeah, I feel like
sure.
I feel like it's hard to go back and watch the show because now it's like the older show. It's not really, but so many people say good things about it. It's kind of like one of those things like I kind of missed it. And do I want to go back and open that can of worms?
Did you know it ended
Probably.
in 2007?
What?
7?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was on from 99 to
Interesting.
2007.
Must have been at IO when I was making fun of it then.
99, huh? Jeez.
I
It
never
looks
watched
99.
it though. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you should watch it. Steph,
Yeah.
watch it with me. That way we can fucking every week we'll come on here. We'll just make this into a Sopranos talk show.
Yeah, there you go.
Just every week,
You
just talk
know,
about it.
I was thinking about restarting Entourage because I do
Oh
love
yeah.
Entourage.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
And
I'll still watch Entourage.
I watched the movie recently and I was like, it's still funny. I still like it. And
Who's your favorite guy?
I mean, Ari. Hands down, Ari Gold. Love me some Ari Gold. He's such an
Such a boy.
asshole, but he's such like he gets shit done and I appreciate that. Johnny Drama obviously is funny. He's got his sidekick humor. He bothers me. He's too whiny. I don't
Yeah.
Ari. Yeah.
That show is such a time capsule for that era of like, I want to say boys, but it's not just boys, but of just like kind of just that era of single douchery that we all were in, and we, you know, wanted to dress up and look cool and go to the parties and wear black button ups and date
Yep.
Sloane.
Jeez.
Sloane.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
My ex was obsessed with Entourage and he was like the Vinny Chase of the group. And like he had people that just like followed him around and like wanted to be with him all the time. It was crazy. And I was like,
I never watched Entourage. I actually missed out on a lot of HBO shows.
Why? What were you doing in that time period that was so goddamn important, Adam?
I don't even fucking know.
Hanging
man.
out in
fighting
deserts,
wars.
fighting wars,
Fighting wars.
protecting our freedoms. Fuck
Doing
you.
No,
Go
I didn't
fight
do
in front
that.
of the White House.
I didn't do that until after The Sopranos ended, a year later. That was why
You
I
saved
went.
it.
I was like,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
this.
it. That ending is ridiculous. All right,
Fuck this.
go to Afghanistan.
I'm gonna go fight the terrorists. It's their fault.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely the terrorists' fault that this Sopranos ended poorly.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just didn't watch a lot of HBO shows, and maybe it was just like some of them. It was like, was it my maturity at the time? It was like, yeah, I'm not really into this kind of thing. I think I was watching a lot more horror movies and a lot more comedy shows. I think I was watching a lot less like, I don't know if I want to say drama, but like, HBO, a lot of those shows were, they had comedy, but they were drama shows, and I don't think I was really into that at the time. But my tastes have changed over the years. I very much enjoy shows like that now. I really enjoyed Mad Men. That was a great show.
Mad Men's great. Did you ever see, speaking of like HBO shows that had a little comedy in them, did you ever see Dead Like Me?
Tried to. I never got into it.
What's that one about?
She dies. It's a girl, 20-something, who dies in a ridiculous way and comes back as a Grim Reaper. And she has like other people she has to like live her regular life, but then, once every week they give her like a name on a piece of paper and she has to go take their soul.
Okay.
I was like, funny.
I've
Mandy
heard the name. I'm like,
in it.
I've heard the name. I was just like, I've never seen that one. Dead Like Me.
Dead Like Me was funny. There was also one with Jason Schwartzman and Ted Danson that was pretty funny. It was like a noir thing. Oh, noir. Didn't you watch Spider Noir?
Yes, I did. And that was one I was going to talk about. Yeah, Spider Noir. I started that one
God.
Sunday. So, yeah. Well, it stars Steph's favorite actor in Hollywood, Nick Cage.
I just, I should have bowed out of this episode tonight.
Fuck off. You're here and you're going to listen to us.
What's your problem with Nicolas Cage, Steph? Make your case.
I don't think he's a good actor. I think that he plays the same character in every movie. The only movie that I think he played somebody else was Daddy Longlegs or whatever it was.
See,
or
and
Longlegs.
I feel like you're missing out on his best movies. I feel like the ones you're watching are more of like the popcorn flick ones that he's in. Because if you watch, I'm sorry, Adaptation is a good one.
Adaptation's a brilliant movie that you'll fucking cry at. Adaptation.
Matchstick Men was great.
Matchstick Men was good. Leaving Las Vegas, that he won the Academy Award for, was so sad, so brilliant.
Yep.
I don't know.
I've-
It's just not.
I've brought
There's
it up
just
on this podcast before. Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, you
Willy's
have talked
Wonderland.
about that.
You have brought that up. I still have not seen it.
You want to see some range of acting. Nick Cage in that movie, he doesn't say a line. He doesn't have one line in that movie, but he's the star of the movie. He does a great job, and it's a lot of fun. And you should really watch it. It's better than Five Nights at Freddy's, which is
I didn't
not
finish
hard
that.
to do. It took me a couple watches to finish it, but Willy's Wonderland, watch that one though, because it's fun. It's a fun Nick Cage movie where you don't know his backstory because he doesn't talk. You just kind of get implications of who he is. But he's basically trapped in this restaurant with animatronic monsters. He's supposed to be like cleaning it up so they fix his car. He's trapped in this restaurant with these animatronic monsters that keep coming alive and trying to kill him. And, reverse, he kills them one by one as they come after him. But like he'll kill one and then he'll get back to cleaning like nothing's going on. And then another one attacks him. And he like kills that one and goes back to it. And he like curb stomps a gorilla in a urinal, which is awesome. It's a fun, wild movie, and I want to say it was fairly low budget. I think I'm pretty positive it was low budget, but the CGI actually looked pretty good on it. The animatronics look good on it. So, but it was fun. It was fun to watch him, and I say like he's got some range. And the reason he took the movie was because he wanted to prove that he could do a movie and it was good without him ever talking. And I'm like, fair enough. Guy's got some art.
He's done. I mean, Raising Arizona is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably like that, Stef. Strong female characters, good writing, silliness. It's Coen Brothers, so it's a well-made movie. Captain Corelli's Mandolin was good.
Yeah.
He's got some fucking like good movies, but also then he'll sandwich in fucking
National
random
Treasure?
shit. National Treasure is a great movie.
God, did you guys see his movie Long Legs?
No, I've
No.
seen some screenshots because
You
of the
should.
creepiness.
It's fucking weird. Yeah, it's very weird. I watched that one night and it lives in my head. But I just am not a Nick Cage fan. I know a lot of people are. I hear he's a nice guy. Not for me. If I see something with him in there, probably not going to watch it.
Every time I hear you say something, Con Air, great movie. Great movie. But every time I hear you talk about Nicolas Cage like that, I say Nicholas, full name, because we're like that close. But every time I hear you talk about him like that, all I can think about is the Community episode where Abed is in the class where they're talking about Nick Cage and whether he's a good actor or a bad actor, and he ends up losing his mind because he can't figure it out. Because he's like the big pop culture like nerd and everything, but he figures out like who was the boss. Because he was in a class that was called Who's the Boss, and that's what the class was about. And then he goes to this one. He ends up going crazy at the end, and it was so funny.
All those Harmon shows are so good at touching on pop culture and in a way that everybody thinks about and that you just haven't heard it said yet. He's kind of the Rick Rubin of comedy, where he just knows exactly what to put in at the right time. And you're like, God damn it, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, he does a really good job with that. But back to Spider Noir. So it's on Amazon, and you just shut up and listen. But you have Nick Cage playing Ben Reilly. So he's not a Peter Parker Spider-Man. He's Ben Reilly. It has to be the 1920s because they're talking about the Depression and the stock market crash and everything. But it is noir style. He walks around with a fedora on, and the overcoat, and even his spider character is dressed in black and has a black fedora and stuff. But They did a really good job with it, and they offer it in two different versions. You can watch the colorized one, or you can watch the black and white one. Same show, but you just get a different visual with it. And I chose to go with the black and white because I thought, if you're going to do it right. And not
Hmm.
disappointed. It is fun to watch. I really enjoy it. It So the whole premise of it is that he's a Spider-Man who gave up being Spider-Man after his fiance died. So he gave it up and he's just a private eye now, and he's taking these cases and stuff, and he starts getting tangled up in this mess that has to do with a bunch of people, the mayor, Black Cat, and a few other things, but ends up having to put the mask back on. It's not really a spoiler. It happens in episode 2, early
Sure.
in episode 2.
Well, they can't use any names or anything, right? It's like almost the Sonyverse in the fact that they
Well,
don't.
they can't.
He's not called like Spider-Man, is he?
They call him the Spider in it. They call him the
Yeah.
Spider. So they use Flint Marko, who's Sandman. They do use his name. There's a couple other names in there that are from the Spider-Man universe. The Robbie Robinson, he's in there.
I think Tombstone is supposed to be in there too.
Tombstone is in there. It's just a very different take on Spider-Man, and I really enjoy it. And I know it's based on the Spider Noir comics, um, and it's actually what I'm trying to figure out is if it is a continuation of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. So reason being is that they kind of he mentions at one point that uh, he was asked what universe this is. So there's been some kind of universal crossover, and he was in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie, and which was voiced by Nick Cage, and I'm pretty sure that's how he ended up getting this job. But they've done a really good job. I think Nick Cage is excellent with his delivery of the lines, and he does a very good job playing a 1920s, private detective. I think he does a good job. I highly
All right.
recommend it. Highly recommend.
Recommendation.
Mm-hmm. I'm 2 episodes in, so I've got, I think, 6 more to go. But overall, it's been a good show, and they're about 40-minute episodes, so not terrible.
I appreciate that, and I wish they would do that format a little bit more often, like shorter episodes.
Yeah, I think that's why I had a hard time getting through The Boys. It's like because it's a commitment. I know
Yeah,
it's only a 20-minute difference from that, but it's a commitment. It's like, and some of those episodes were an hour and 15, hour and 20. And I was like,
especially when you got those fucking commercial breaks coming in, because we're not out here making $1 million.
no,
We're not
nobody's
paying
paying
for
for
no
Amazon.
ads.
No, nobody's paying Amazon Prime for that.
I forgot to tell you, I watched another show. I watched another movie.
Which one?
Hoppers, children's movie on Disney.
Yes. Okay. How was that?
If Fern Gully's pro-environment message was a little on the nose, this is a fucking nostril. It was good and it was fine. And I think that the lessons it will teach children are good. But it didn't seem like it looked like it was written with an AI machine because everything was a trope and a stereotype. Like
Mm.
the rambunctious female lead who is got, she's always pushing back. She doesn't want to be just normal. And then she goes on this hero's journey and adventure and learning things and making friends along the way. Uh, it was fine, but I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't like when like Shrek had enough jokes in it that you could be like, all right, this is cool. It's aimed at everybody, but for kids. It's seemingly a lot more just for kids.
Okay. Yeah. Some of the Disney movies, some of them are really good, and some of them are
Mm-hmm.
misses. I think was it Wish? I watched Wish, and I was not impressed by it.
The one with the
It was
jazz
okay.
guy,
No, that was Soul.
Soul.
That was Soul. Wish is
Yeah,
the
Wish.
yeah. And it's like it was like somebody gets picked every year and they get their wish, and everybody had to give their wish, and it makes somebody powerful. I don't know. It was something like that. It didn't draw me in, but then you get like Inside Out, which is a tearjerker of a movie.
Sure. I think we sometimes will see these big studios and they'll have like a massive hit, and we're like, fuck yeah. And then they'll just have like an average movie, and you're just like, oh, they've lost their way. They fucking suck now. Nobody's
Yeah.
good all the time. There's a window, because I'm hearing the Spielberg movie is not good from people who have seen it.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
people are like, it's just pretty obvious that he's not at his peak anymore,
Sure.
and that's okay. You don't expect 45-year-old athletes to get out there on the field and still be good anymore. Why are we expecting 80-year-old directors to still do what they did best?
Yeah. And sometimes, the studios take a risk. They're like, hey, this could go either way, and they give it a try. It doesn't work. But sometimes those risks they take, like, they're extremely successful, and they're like, hey, this actually turned out way better than we thought it would. You never know what's going to like really hit with people, and I think that's the hard part about it. And I think they say that like 1 in 10 movies that a studio produces actually like makes money, but once they get that hit, it's a good hit. It's
And then they
good for
just
them.
run it into the ground like Toy Story 11 or whatever the fuck we're on right now.
Yeah, Toy Story 5. I'm gonna go see it. But only because I'm taking my daughter to see it.
They had such a good ending with Toy Story 3. Just finish it. Toy Story 4 wasn't bad, but 3 was the perfect capper to a story about innocence and childhood, and then passing down the toys to the next generation, and just playing and love and friendship.
Well, that's the thing
You
is
have that money.
every time at the end of every movie, it seems like, okay, this is all wrapped up and we don't have to do any more. And then they're like, cash grab.
Oh, by the way, this is a very popular IP. I mean, I'm sure it will do really, really well, and then they'll have like a couple spin-off characters, or try to do a Disney Plus show with some characters, and just have like Tom Hanks' brother do all the voices.
Yeah, pretty much. Or his son, Colin. Colin might do some.
Colin's done some
Disney,
things.
I like
Colin's
Colin.
done quite a bit.
Yeah.
Were you? I was talking to you the other day about Orange County. Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Vaguely.
Yeah, with Jack Black.
It was like Jack Black's first like role, I
Yeah.
think.
Outside of like D and side things, that was his first
Sure.
that was a breakout for him.
Right, yeah. But yeah, that was a funny movie. I like that one.
Yeah,
You know who I miss? Jay and Silent Bob.
They've had movies, you just haven't
yeah.
heard about them.
I just watched the reboot of that one.
Yeah, I was watching Degrassi, and it was the Jay and Silent Bob Go Canadian where they're filming at Degrassi, and it's just chaos. And I was like, man, I miss those two. Like when they were Jay and Silent Bob. Like now it's gotten, I think, it's gotten a little. What was it? Him?
Well, they're putting their kids into it. Just like everything
Yeah.
else these days, people are just shoving their children into the roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the movie that Silent Bob put his kid in recently?
That was the new one, the new Jay and Silent Bob, like the reboot or whatever.
Was it?
No.
Hold on. No,
Yeah,
it was
100%.
Hold on.
Smith's kids were in there, or
I haven't
think
seen
his
a-
daughter was in there.
Maybe I just haven't been paying attention, but I haven't seen much from Kevin Smith lately.
Kevin Smith. I was like, I'm so tired. I was like, what is his name?
Smith's movies are good.
He went political, didn't he?
No. Outside of probably just saying that the same thing that most people say, of just like,
No,
F
I
this
thought
guy.
he was like, somebody had mentioned that he kind of went a little more on the political side.
Right wing
No.
or left wing?
I don't
Try.
think so.
I could see
Like,
that.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
no, I haven't heard anything like that.
no, you might just be thinking about the movie he made called Red State.
Nope, never saw that.
I saw that one. It was interesting. It's
Good.
not.
It was a horror movie.
Yeah, it's like basically the Westboro Baptist Church on steroids, and Waco, and a lot of different cult stuff put together, or situations put together, and yeah, a lot of people die.
Hating on the Westboro Baptist Church should be something that unifies all right, left, conservative liberals together.
They're the
We
worst.
should all come together to hate those god awful excuses for human beings.
Oh, for sure. Like, how can you just live your life like that? It's just terrible.
Full of fucking hate. Just
Yeah.
awful people, and then they do it behind the guise of Christianity.
Yeah.
But
Did you ever see did you ever watch Kevin Smith's stand up where he talks about that? He
Mm-mm.
There was a great stand up thing he did. It was like an hour long, and he did a whole thing about because he had just released Red State and he was talking about the movie and everything, but it was like it was like a stand up thing, and people were able to ask questions. And his stories about like his conflicts with the Westboro Baptist Church are so funny because they like say all these things about him, and then like he's like, I've never been hated by nicer people. Like at one point, the movie had come out and they were protesting. And I guess like the daughter of like the head guy was out there with people, and he's like, and he walks out to her and he goes, hey, I know you don't like me, but he's like, I really think you should just come watch the movie. He's like, do you want to come watch the movie? And she was like, no, I don't want to watch your movie. It's about it. And then like, he's like, later she shows up and she's like, hey, can I get a ticket for the movie? And he's like, yeah, sure. He's like, I'll get you a ticket. And, he gets one. She's like, can I have 2 tickets for the movie? And she goes and he said, I think she sat through like maybe 20 minutes of it and then was like, and she walks up and she's like, I'm sorry, this just isn't for us. And she walked out of the building. Like it's just wild to hear his story about like interacting with them. But it was a funny bit, that a funny stand-up spot that he did.
I need to rewatch Dogma. That's such a good fucking Kevin Smith movie.
It
Yeah,
is.
I watched that recently. It was good.
Dogma's great.
I'm trying to
Dogma's
figure
great.
out.
Mallrats, Chasing Amy.
I don't think that. Okay, so Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn, she was in a movie where she was working as a clerk, but it wasn't Clerks, and they the popular guys invited her to a party, but then canceled and then tried to kill her and her best friend. Is that Clerks 3?
Was it Cruel Summer?
No, yeah, maybe it was Cruel Summer. I don't know.
There is a new Clerks coming out, though. I don't know if we need to see any more of Dante and them. Like, that was cool and it was great. The first one was really interesting. The second one was like, oh, okay. All right. But
Yeah.
we don't need to see those characters anymore, Kevin.
Yeah.
Good director. You don't need to be leaning on that.
One of the ones he did that I really appreciate, and I don't know why, and I think it's maybe because it was one where he didn't have any of his recurring characters in it, was Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah, that was a funny movie.
Oh, yeah,
that was a funny movie.
That's a good one.
It was a funny
Also,
movie.
the movie is Yoga Hosers. That's what it was.
Yoga Hosers.
Lily Rose
Hosers.
Heard
Depp
of it.
and Harley Quinn Smith are best friends.
Hmm.
It's actually really funny.
Harley Quinn's a pretty solid name to name your kid.
That is great.
You got to give that guy nerd credit if he names his kid Harley
100%.
Quinn. Adam, don't say your children's names on this program, but if you could go back and rename your children in a nerdier way and your wife would be cool with it, what do you think you'd do?
Oh, I'd 100% do it. You're asking what name I would give?
Yeah.
So I did choose nerdy names, just not so obvious as that.
Okay.
Like, without giving names away. I know I've said their names on here before, but without giving names away, The Exorcist for my daughter.
Which kind of fits her personality right now.
Yeah. And Princess Bride for my boy.
Was that why you did it?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That's why I did it.
Oh.
What lie
Sarah
did you sell Sarah?
Huh? She knew, but yeah, no. But yeah, no, I picked names that were pop culture names. I was like, from 2 great movies. So yeah, I mean,
You set your daughter up for failure.
Yeah. Well, had to pick something, and that was one that I always really liked that name, but I was like, it's fitting. It's fitting for her.
I would want to be alliterative. So if my last name is Peters, I would want to try to pick a P name, like Prince Peters. That'd be pretty cool. Or
yeah,
Paulie Paulie Peters, because that's a superhero name. Any kind of alliterative name, Bruce Banner, all
Patrick
that kind of stuff.
Peters.
Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah. If I had to go back and like pick something that was blatantly obvious for a name, I like what Robin Williams did with Zelda.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of some of my favorite.
Got me
God,
thinking. I got to show you this.
I know.
Well,
I
so
have to think about it.
our brother, his son, is named after a supernatural actor / character.
Yeah. He was the character and the actor's name in it, which is funny. And my first thought to it was, I was like, you better hope that like he doesn't go through any real serious scandals anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that like using naming your kid after a character and actor. Make sure the show's over first of all, because you never know if that character is just gonna do a heel turn and just become the worst person ever.
How dare
Oh.
you? Russell Brand Peters is going to be a lovely child, and he's never going to have issues.
But there was a lot of people who named their kid Khaleesi after Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And we all know how that one turned out, and she became a mass murderer. But whatever.
We can do a whole podcast about that, but I'm fine with her being a mass murderer.
Sure.
That's
the Mad Queen.
She's a Targaryen. Targaryens were fucking nuts.
They're assholes.
There were very rare examples of good Targaryens. And
When is the next one coming
soon.
out?
Yeah.
What
I've been seeing ads
the
for it.
21st?
What was it
House
that
of the
we
Dragon?
watched? No, I never watched that. What was the other one?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah. That probably
might
won't be
take
out
a
for a
minute.
while.
That one might be a little bit.
Although those were pretty self-contained little shows. Like, there's not as much CGI in that they needed to film.
No, there really wasn't. It's mostly just the cinematography going on. But the House of the Dragon, the new season starts up soon. I've been seeing a lot of ads on HBO for it. I've been seeing a lot of ads in general. I think I'm looking over at my Roku right now because I know they had some dragons on there.
Oh, it's the 21st. I'm almost certain about that.
Yeah. I got to finish season 2. I made it halfway. I'm going to finish season 2 because I was enjoying it. It just got so politically boring. And I was like, somebody kills somebody with a dragon. Light someone on fire.
This next season's going to be good because they dragged out the war, the preamble to the war over an entire season. Too much.
That's what it was, yes.
And now this season is just the straight up actual dance of dragons where the greens and the blacks will be fighting each other and the dragons will be like the Battle of the Gullet is supposed to be amazing that they've already done. That's going to be fun. That's great. Side note, I wanted to show you this because I know we're getting close to the end. I'm sorry, Adam. Go on, because this is going to take us off on a different.
No, I was going to say I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was great, and going into the second one, I was expecting more of that, but it was dragging out a lot, and I had a hard time paying attention to. And I think their episodes were like an hour and a half. It was something crazy, and I was like, but again, it goes to the commitment. I'm like, after 10:30, I can't commit to your hour and a half long show anymore. Like, that's just not going to happen. If I don't make it to my couch and I'm comfortable with my snack and my Coke, I'm not watching your show.
I know. I saw you drinking that Coke. I was like, that looks so good.
Love a good Coke.
I actually had a Coke. I had a Mexican Coke today.
Those are the best.
Real sugar.
Fuck yeah. It was good. My hangover needed overly complicated Mexican food. And when I finished my tacos, I was like, God damn it, I want a real Coke. So I biked over to the bodega and grabbed it. So I got this in the mail.
Oh, I got one of those too.
Yeah. Do they have what name do they have for you?
I don't know. I think I threw it out. I can't remember.
First of all, I don't care. And if I ever buy fireworks, I'm not looking for a discount on them. Like, this is not going to inspire me to fucking buy fireworks.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're going to be in the land of fireworks soon.
But this is what I'm going to cover my address, but this is what they put for my name.
I love it.
Joseph P. Alexander, or current residence. So it's
a good
like,
name.
hey, we're gonna guess at your name real quick, just using this is some AI bullshit. This is like, we know that there's a P somewhere. Alexander,
Listen,
just fucking ridiculous.
that's a strong name though. Joseph
Joseph
P.
P.
Alexander.
Alexander. How you
That's
doing?
that's a lawyer. That's a lawyer right
That
there.
is a lawyer. I agree.
At Alexander and Sons law firm. Yeah.
I had one of those little cards come in last year from like Vital Proteins or something like that. And and Alex, you'll appreciate this. So I'm looking, and the name on it is I don't want to say the name on here, but it's my ex's mom. It's Casey's mom. But it's mailed to my address. And I was like, "What are you doing, Jude? Why are you sending me mail? How do you have my address, first of all?" And I text his sister-in-law and I go, "Is she okay?" And she just started laughing. She's like, "I needed this. This is the funniest thing." She's like, "What the fuck is she doing? Why is she sending you mail for Vital Proteins?" I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe she thinks that I need them."
How
Maybe
are your protein intakes? Are you doing okay?
Probably could be better. Probably could be better.
Maybe
Well,
she's
let's
like,
get you on some pills.
I was gonna say, maybe she's like Amazon and she heard you talking about protein pills one time, or just said the word protein and was like, you know who likes protein? That lady who
You
used
know
to
the
date
girl
my
that
son.
used to date my son?
Like
I
6
bet she could
years
use some
ago.
protein.
Yeah,
My mom
6
still
years.
asks me about girls I dated in college. And I'm like, I have no idea. I hope they're doing well.
Well, did she find their address and send them a Vital Proteins coupon? Because that
I
happened
don't
to me.
think so. You might be a singular case there.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an absolute low energy show, but this has just been a lot of nice talking today.
Yeah. It's
Like
not going
tea
to win any
time.
awards, but you know what? I
No.
had fun.
Watch, this is going to be like our most liked show.
Possibly. All right.
We're gonna
Well,
get sponsored by some fireworks for Joseph P. Alexander and Sons.
Yeah.
Some Vital Proteins.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
Go watch The Crash so we can discuss it. Go watch the Instagram things that I sent you guys. If any of our listeners would like me to also send these on, feel free to follow me and then send me a DM and I will send it over to you. I'm just trying to get follows.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's a way to do that. You invite Adam and I into a car, and then you find a T, like a road where it comes in, and you make a
Yes.
deal with the demons in your head, learn
Yes.
how to speak Romany. You'll get some followers. You're talking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah. You would yeah, the podcast would probably
I'm
get
not
pretty
going
big.
on that boat with you anymore.
Yeah. No, you have to be at a crossroads. You got to be at a 3-point crossroads.
There's a reason we do this remote. Much
That's
harder
Steph.
to
She's
murder
wonderful,
each
but
other.
on Zoom, you get her in the same room, she'll try to kill you to appease her demon overlords.
We've
I
talked a
feel
lot
like, yeah, I
Good.
feel like we've talked about me killing people a lot on different podcasts or being the murderer. I'd like to say that I am not a murderer. I could not do that. I don't have the stomach for it. So just in case anybody's listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not a murderer, Steph.
No. Nope.
This
But
is why
yeah,
you watch
no,
the show on YouTube so you can see me blinking or winking.
we've talked enough times about influencers and how they murder each other and their partners and whatever else. So it's coming, guys. One day, one of us will be the last man standing.
Oh God, just take me out now.
You love it. Alex, anything?
I think we should all watch the new House of the Dragon together, so that we can make sure it's a weekly segment to talk about it. Or we need something that the three of us are all watching at the same time. So maybe
Yeah.
sound off in the comments, smash that subscribe button, and tell us what show we should be all three watching together and giving our opinions on it. If it is reality TV, I'll do it, but I won't be happy.
I probably won't do it. I'm
Fuck
just
all
being
you guys.
honest.
We'll get Leslie back on here, and
Yeah.
she can back you up with some reality TV stuff.
Perfect. Love that.
Sounds good. Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week with a brand new episode.
Bye.
Be good. Don't go driving the car with stuff.